Hello, welcome to another video. A video in which what? I immediately got myself confused somehow there. It's the 25th of February, and in this video we'll be talking about the books that I read in January. This probably won't be an every month thing, it'll just be on the monthly manager, because this month, in February, I have read some books that are from the library, and I don't know if I'll end up recording a what I read in February video between, you know, the end of February and when I return these books in March. But this video we're talking about the books I read in January. This is what I'm reading right now in February. I've nearly finished it. Kind of chugging my way through it slowly. There's a fly and it's buzzing. Ooh, a spider. So I had this on my apparently finished reading in January. This is a book I've had for a few years, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer. There's 3 books initially, and then there's another 3 books. And I'm on the book after this at the moment, but this is the one I've finished. I've reread it a few times, and it's a book I really like. It's about Mara Dyer, who wakes up in the hospital with no memory about how she got there or any explanation as to what caused the bizarre accident that ended up resulting in the deaths of her boyfriend and 2 best friends. And she starts a new school in a new city, and she starts seeing things, and she's like, oh my gosh. And then she meets a boy, but it's not standard meet the boy and everything gets lovely and beautiful. Don't know if I recommend reading it or not because I haven't finished the second one. I mean, I really liked this one for all the years I've had it. It's by Michelle Hodgkin, did I mention that? I really liked it for the few years I've had it. I've reread it quite a few times actually. But then I just kind of tend to reread things a lot anyway. I still need to collect all the books. I'm missing 3 of them. I need 3 more, obviously. Books just have to be in series, don't they? So then you spend all your time trying to gather books. Sorry, I keep hearing that fly buzz, and I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it in the video, but I don't like the fly buzzing because it distracts me. Okay, and the next book I've read in January, I don't actually know what order I read these in, probably not in the order I'm showing them in, because who would actually remember that kind of thing? In fact, that's another issue. I don't even know if at the end of February I'll be able to look at the books and go, oh yeah, those are definitely the ones that I read in February. I was gesturing below the camera, but now it's above the camera. Below. So the next book, Neverworld Wake by Marisha Pessl. I don't know. Bea hasn't spoken to her best friend since her boyfriend's mysterious death. Now a year later she needs to face them. They're beautiful, rich and deadly. She is certain one of them holds the truth about what really happened to Jim. A whirlwind night leads to narrowly missed car collision and a sinister man knocking at the door as a storm rages outside to deliver a world-shattering messages. As secrets unravel and time backbends, the 5 friends must make a shocking choice. Trust no one, fear everything, how would you vote? Who will survive the Netherworld Wake? I mean, I guess you could say it's vaguely similar to Life is Strange in that there's time travel, kind of loosely, but it's also a bit more, I don't know. But it's about Bea, and she's having to figure things out about this one night that happened years ago, and it's very dramatic, and it's unexpected. Like, you find out things over the course of the story and you're like, oh, alright. Because it gets you to know each and one of the characters as you're going along, obviously, and I don't know, I don't think it's what you would expect, but no, yeah. Okay, and then we have Beauty Sleep by Catherine Evans. I can vaguely remember this book, but I'm confused. I should probably cut this bit out, but no doubt I'm not going to. Oh, I remember this book. Who am I? What am I? When am I? Laura can't remember who she is, but the rest of the world knows, because Laura is famous, a dying girl who was frozen until she could be cured, a real-life sleeping beauty. But what happens when you wake up one day and the world has moved on 40 years? Could you build a new life while solving the mystery of what happened to the old one? And so she wakes up and she finds herself in the future. And, you know, she doesn't really, it's not really simple. Is this a book that had lesbians in it? I feel like it is, but I'm not entirely certain. I think so. Yes, there was a lesbian in this book. I'm like really certain there was. But I'm sure to most people that is not the focus of why they would want to read a book. But I recommend reading this book because it's really interesting. That makes you go, no, I said that about the last book, didn't I? I think I did, but I liked this book. Because all through it I was trying to guess what would happen. And I'm not sure I did manage to guess. Even before I got this book, I was like, you know what, I really want that book. Mostly because I just thought the book looked pretty. I do judge books by their cover. Well, is there a second book to this? I don't think there is. Yeah, I really don't think there is. Maybe. I think I need to reread this book once I've finished all my library books, and I don't know, talk more about it in a future video because I'm looking at it and I'm just confused. Now this is Warcross by Marie Lu. There's another book in this series, but this is about teenage hacker Emika Chen. She works as a bounty hunter tracking down Warcross players who bet on the game illegally. And Warcross is this kind of virtual game. They wear these headsets or glasses later on, or contacts even, but I think at the start the glasses is a more common thing, and they enter a virtual world where they can play this game called Warcross. And there's a big competition called the Warcross Championships, and there's teams and everything, and there's some kind of weird random selection thing for the teams. Sorry, I sometimes I just look at the, I don't know why that distracts me. And Emika accidentally glitches herself into the opening games of the Warcross Championships while hacking it. Because yeah, that's a great thing to hack. And she ends up being whisked off to Tokyo. She meets the billionaire and she gets a job that pretty much involves hacking, and she discovers some things and she's like, oh, that's not very Gucci. And she has to pretty much protect this young billionaire by trying to hack and find out information before anything can happen to him. And then things happen and she's like, For, I think, there's a guy in particular who's supposedly the bad guy. He may or may not be the bad guy. And I think his identity is pretty obvious. This might be a spoiler, but I feel like it was easy to figure out who it was, you know, earlier on in the book. I really need to get the next book to this, but I need to finish all my library books. I have so many library books at the moment. These are two of the books I read. Oh, I think I got these two books confused. This one's the one with lesbians. I don't remember this one in the slightest. I don't know. Is that a thing? Do people just often write books where someone's frozen? Is that something we do now? We just do that a lot? I'm going to have to reread this and get back here on that. And I might end up needing to reread that too, because no doubt by the time it's the end of the month I'm going to be fuzzy on it. But yeah, those have been books I've read in January, very poorly explained, possibly spoilers given for one of them. I possibly described the wrong book for one of them. But it'd be like that sometimes. It do be like that. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you don't mind my poor explanations of books, because I've really tried.